Hey, how's it going, guys and gals? This is Spearfield7. Today we're going to talk a little bit about NBA2K18. It's a video I didn't want to make, but I'm having a lot of struggles with this game. This video is going to be kind of outlined with three separate areas. Basically, gameplay, greed, and glitches. Let's start off by talking a little bit about the career mode. There is no story to the career mode. You are completely unable to actually skip cutscenes as well, and this game is just kind of piled on with a bunch of conversation scenes that happen before and after gameplay. I mean, it is so bad that you can literally play like a 10-minute game and then you have to wait 10 minutes to watch our main character DJ talk to the equipment manager, or his crazy spastic Asian best friend B, or the PR director who's a bitch. There are so many scenes packed into this. There's no narrative arc whatsoever, except for the basic kind of understanding that you're garbage, you're not a good player, you were picked up off of the street, and you have to work your way up. I've created two separate characters. Both have started their seasons about 3 and 7. Every single game, no matter how well you do in the game, kind of pretends like you had a really bad game, and so you're questioning your confidence and, oh my god, can I overcome and become an NBA legend? Now that I'm in like game 22 of my second account, I'm starting to see that my player is actually playing like normal, but there are so many weird wonky details of the gameplay that, you know, could deserve their own video really to talk about. I'm on the Timberwolves and I play with Wiggins and Towns and Jimmy Butler, and all of them just are doing weird shit that has nothing to do with how they would play in real life. Games in the NBA, in my opinion, shouldn't look like fucking pickup games at the YMCA. I mean, players are out here doing stuff that they would never do in real life. I think they've flushed way too many new animations into the game, and so it's complicated matters. In an effort to make it more realistic, the game is not very realistic at all. I went to the NBA2K Twitter because I assumed that on day 1, day 2, people were gonna already start, you know, spamming their feedback, their negative feedback about this game to the 2K people. And I noticed that they retweeted this article by GQ where it said something to the effect that the greatest thing about the game is that it teaches you everything that can go wrong in a game. In my opinion, I'm like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this? I'm gonna make a video just roasting the shit out of this GQ article. This writer is so far up his own ass, he can't see the forest for the trees and realize that this game is a fucking video game. And in video games, typically, like, people like to succeed. They like to feel like badasses. They like to experience things that they would not experience in real life. In the article, he's talking about how he called for some dude to set a pick and he didn't, and he's like, oh, but I was sitting on my couch and I love that he didn't set that pick because it felt like real life, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is, like, this motherfucker probably doesn't even play video games. He's writing for GQ magazine. You think this motherfucker's down for the pound? You think this motherfucker doesn't want to spend money on VC and grind his player for over 300 hours to get to 99 overall? Like, I was fuming angry when I read that. And yeah, I played in Mypark with some friends. I played about 15 games on day 1. People were passing me the ball and it was hitting my hip. My character couldn't even receive a pass. I mean, I literally look like some sort of short bus riding motherfucker. They're out here throwing passes at me, they're hitting me in the hip. I mean, sooner or later, it's like, when does the realism stop and the fun experience begin? And that's kind of my whole mantra that I've been asking myself the entire damn weekend I've been grinding this game. I mean, are we gonna now have button presses or some sort of pro stick maneuver to actually receive a pass and catch it? Like, it just really doesn't make sense. You drive the lane, you beat your defender, it's a wide open layup, and you miss the layup. Next, we're going to get into the greed aspect of this game. Everything in this game costs VC. It's just, it bugs me out so much that everything costs VC to the degree that it does. I mean, the clothes are incredibly expensive. They now, in this neighborhood, have a tattoo parlor. You can go get tattoos, and it costs like $5,000 per tattoo. There's a barber shop that you can go to get your hair cut. in the most disgusting display of greed I've seen exhibited by this game. You have to choose the hairstyle and equip it and pay for it without previewing it. And if you don't like that hairstyle, the one that you bought doesn't stay in your inventory. So if you come back to that hairstyle, you have to rebuy it from scratch. I mean, really, this is like NBA2K Candy Crush. It basically is a $60 free-to-play game that is completely oriented around you purchasing VC to buy additional things that you want. It is such a cash grab. It is so disgusting. You think Activision and Call of Duty are terrible at this shit? This game is disgusting at how much it tries to get you to buy VC. Like, it just feels like an ongoing commercial. You buy VC, you go to your loft with your private basketball court. B's there, she's eating Reese's Puffs, and he's like, "Are you eating Reese's Puffs?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm eating Reese's Puffs." And the box is on the damn table, you know, positioned perfectly so that you want to make a run to your local grocery store to buy some. You go into a Foot Locker. These brands, Nike, Adidas, Jordan, Under Armour, shit, like most people can't even afford this shit in real life. And now you're on this game that's just kind of like, play us, buy VC, buy all the cool threads, then go out in real life and buy all these products out there. I mean, I understand product placement, that's existed in movies forever, but in this game, it's like everywhere you turn, there is a brand logo on something. Mountain Dew, etc., etc. Basically means there's tons of sponsorship and endorsement money going to 2K for this type of product placement. So you'd think they would give the fucking customers a break and not force them to buy VC every time they want to take a shit. Like, literally, everything you want to do. Pretty soon, they're going to charge you VC to go up and down your elevator to get to your home. If you have $400 that you want to throw at this game, you might actually be alright. They had a golden age. It became the go-to game in town. For a couple years, it was the only game in town. So that also led to kind of some brand faithfulness by the 2K community. It's the top game in town, so it's like we no longer have any reason to innovate. A lot of the animations are the same, a lot of the clothes are the same. A lot of it is really the same with new rosters, but this year you have to rebuy it all from scratch, and if you don't like it, fucking tough. And so lastly, let's talk a little bit about the glitches of this game, and there are many. It's pretty bad. I mean, this game, if you ask me if this was a beta or a final release game, I would say it's a beta. As usual, the Mypark servers are awful. I played about 15 games. I lost all 15 games. And mainly it was because the games were hosted, you know, like in Ibiza or something. And people are rubber banding and teleporting around the map. I talked to a friend of mine, we were on party chat, and we were seeing completely different things on our screen, meaning that there was at least like a 3 or 4 second delay. I'm really starting to miss the whole concept of going to parks, various parks, because now it's just all kind of cluttered up into the same neighborhood. I kind of miss going to the separate parks because it actually gave you kind of an idea that you were repping your court or whatever. So when we played Mypark, we lost a lot of games. I'm not even fronting on it. I don't even give a shit that I lost all these games. All the broken mechanics are there, missing wide open layups, beating defenders and then not being able to convert, people missing good assist setups, and people are still missing shots. It's just kind of gross. It's a mess. I spent 2 hours getting locked out of my closet. I went to one of the stores, and with all this shitty VC that you have to buy, I tried to buy some new clothes or whatever. I went back to my closet, couldn't get into my closet, went online, took me 2 hours to figure out a solution. I tried dashboarding, going out of the game and coming back in, still didn't work, until somebody at 2K support was like, you should reset your entire console. What the hell? I've gotten stuck on my elevator in that little elevator scene where you're kind of choosing to go down to street level or to a friend's court or whatever. The first day, second day, I was trying to join up with my friends, and it straight up blue screened, like it completely crashed the game when we were trying to join each other's party. I've been playing Mycareer games where the game gives me credit for stuff that players on the other team are doing. Like this one guy did a double move and a three-pointer or something, and I got the credit for it on my bar, which is kind of sweet, but it's like that's a mistake. Like that's not supposed to happen. So anyways, in summary, I would suggest that you hold off on buying this game if you haven't already. If you are, prayers. I'm just trying to have as much fun as possible with this game. I created a new slashing point guard. I've been having a lot of fun with him, but ultimately, like, I needed a severe attitude adjustment after the first 2 days. I was losing my mind by like day 2, and I'm like, this is like a really, really terrible, awful game. I kind of readjusted my approach to it in that now it's just kind of a joke to me. Now the game is just kind of a joke to me, and I can actually relax and have a little bit of fun. It's not meant to be realistic, even though they claim like realism is at the core of all of this. There's so much that's realistic, so much that isn't realistic, so it feels like you're in some sort of Twilight Zone episode where nothing really seems to make sense. It's like, oh yeah, Steph Curry just posterized DeMarcus Cousins, but he can't hit a 3 to save his life on the lowest difficulty of the game. I think that the game needs a 40 gigabyte update. I don't think it needs just like some patches and some tweaks here and there. There's a lot that's wrong with this game right now, and these dudes just funneling out these VC advertisements, just wanting you to throw extra hundreds of dollars at the game. I don't think they've earned it. I don't think they've earned the respect or the trust to be doing stuff like that. It's just really shady, shitty business practices, and I can't really recommend it to you all, but I do admit I am starting to have a little bit of fun with the game, and I'm going to be back more with some more NBA 2K18 content. That's where I stand on it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Is there anything that you've noticed about this game that seems a little bit off to you? Please leave a comment down below. Let's get a discussion going, and be sure to rate and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be posting more content. Until next time, this is Spearfield7. See y'all later.